Good afternoon, everyone. It's an honor to be here today with our partners who are working so tirelessly to make our schools and communities safer. We gather here to discuss the staggering increase in violence against children, especially girls, evidenced by the documented rise in child marriage and physical and sexual violence due in part to COVID-19 and the subsequent lockdowns. We cannot accept this shadow pandemic of violence and must work to counteract the effects on all children, especially the most marginalized and most vulnerable. We all know that schools provide far more than just a space for learning. They are a safe space with access to important social connections, daily meals, and critical health services. While much of the world is still grappling with COVID-19, we are beginning to see the process of schools reopening in some parts of the world. In doing so, we must also recognize that for many children, school is not a safe place. Over half of the world's children have experienced violence, specifically gender-based violence, in and around school. Girls are more likely to experience psychological bullying, cyberbullying, sexual violence, and harassment, while boys face higher rates of physical violence, including corporal punishment. All of this is unacceptable. We must take action to eliminate school-related gender-based violence, otherwise known as SRGBV. This means working across sectors to build an ecosystem of laws, policies, and institutional support that puts gender equality at the center and keeps children safe from violence. A successful systems approach to address SRGBV requires that we take 3 actions. First, start by accurately diagnosing the problem, identifying underlying root causes and key bottlenecks, including the gender stereotypes and power imbalances that breed inequality and violence. Second, that we align all stakeholders involving education leaders, teachers, parents, and communities in the critical work of reforming policies and establishing effective response mechanisms that build shared momentum and accelerate progress. Third, we must act on evidence, which means implementing and enforcing solutions and frameworks that are based on strong information that will allow us to work effectively and ensure that every dollar is wisely spent. It is by harnessing the transformational power of education to shift harmful norms and build safe learning environments that we can eradicate SRGBV. At GPE, we are working with our country partners to build education systems that can address SRGBV. In Togo, GPE is supporting pre-service training that includes a training module on preventing and addressing school-related gender-based violence. And in Mozambique, we are promoting communication between schools and parents to ensure that students have psychosocial support that they need to help prevent gender-based violence. We will be stepping up this work under our new strategy, GPE 2025, and supporting national governments to help make schools safer and more inclusive, including through systematically monitoring violence and safety. It all starts in the classroom. When our schools are safer, parents feel more confident sending their children to school. When our schools are safer, children stay in schools. When children stay in schools that do not tolerate violence, they are empowered to challenge gender stereotypes and negative social norms in their lives, their families, and their communities. That is how we will have a lasting impact at scale and permanently stamp out SRGBV in our communities and across the world. 2021 is a year of big moments, including GPE's Global Education Summit, which will be hosted by UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson and the President of Kenya, Uhuru Kenyatta, in London on July 28th and 29th. This will be a big moment for all of GPE's supporters to make ambitious commitments to gender equality and preventing gender-based violence through education. Let us commit as a global community to transforming education and addressing school violence so that all children learn in safety. Thank you very much.